Hello everyone, just like the last 2 days, this is the quick recap to ILA Day 3. And without much more time spent, I'll come right to the chronological recap of the day. Again, if you have any questions about the technology or any questions you'd like to have asked to a pilot, you can just put them in the comments. Now this day ILA got a little bit more crowded. The first 2 days were like exclusive days for professionals and journalists. Now this third day wasn't really public, but school classes and such were added as it was named Career Day. And now the last 2 days will be completely public. So I used the last non-public day, which wasn't quite as crowded, to sit inside a lot of airplanes without having to wait in a very, very long queue. I also got to talk to an astronaut, which was pretty awesome, but okay, let's start chronologically. The day started with an air-supported special operations demonstration by the Bundeswehr, or German armed forces, where they showed how they would transport special units to an operation by helicopter, how they would evacuate wounded, and how they would then escort a transport plane back with attack helicopters. It's always pretty spectacular, but also kind of long, so I can't really upload the full 4K footage from my hotel room, but I've made a low quality quick edit of it, and it should be up together with this video. After that, I looked at a lot of helicopters, and I got to talk to Tornado and F35 and Typhoon pilots, as well as the mechanics maintaining them in operation. We then got a parachute and a few helicopter displays, and I got to sit in an F35 mock-up, and after that I pretty much retreated back into the halls. And there was a talk by Thomas Reiter, a German astronaut, who flew twice, once to the Mir space station back when it was in orbit on a Soyuz, and then later to the ISS with a space shuttle, so he can kind of compare the two space stations as well as the two launch vehicles. I also got to talk to him one-on-one for a moment, and he signed one of the ILA astronaut mascot bears. However, that talk was again in German, so I will have to somewhat subtitle or translate it. After that, I spent a lot of time inside looking at a larger aviation company's displays and talking to their engineers until the official end of ILA, but it actually always stretches a little bit over the official end, and there were actually some pretty cool late evening displays like the Bo 105 aerobatics display that I uploaded. Overall, it was a very interesting day, though I won't get too much into technical details because I'm in a bit of a hurry now for day 4. But there's a lot of interesting static displays. Now this day will be mostly about talking to interesting companies because day 5 will be the day where the air show goes fully spectacular, with lots of military aircraft and aerobatics demonstrations, and we don't know for sure yet, but it seems the Antonov AN-225 that has been standing on ILA for the whole week probably takes off on day 5, which will be some really spectacular footage, but for now day 4 is relatively indoor bound. That ends my first, admittedly really quick, really shortened recap of day 3. I'll go a lot deeper into the technical details later on. Again, if you have any questions for me or any of the pilots at ILA, I'm always open for requests. And as always, thanks for watching.